Hello everyone, Lumini here, and today we'll be doing the quest, Study the Switch Axe. Now, I'm not gonna lie, even though the monsters themselves aren't very hard, trying to go fast on this quest can be pretty frustrating, especially for a weapon like Hunting Horn, because biggest issue, in my opinion, in this quest is Lagombi, and that's because with Lagombi, you have the unfortunate effect where if you can't constantly stay with them to do damage like Switch X, then you're gonna have to wait around every single time you fight. Thankfully, every single time you do perform an Earthshaker, you do pretty well get a guaranteed stagger on him. But for the most part, you're at the mercy of his entire moveset, how he moves. Thankfully, I do get another Earthshaker. Now, here's the really unfortunate part. With Lagombi and Hunting Horn, you really want to be fishing for those air staggers. Because, well, I mean, how can I put it? That's the only time you actually get a really big window. Especially on his head hit zone, which is his absolute weakest hit zone of around 60-65 for impact weapons, as opposed to like cutting weapons where the head and the axe share very similar hit zone values, and it doesn't matter too much on where you hit. So yeah, that's just an unfortunate thing. Thankfully, the sliding move, once you can get down the dodging for that pretty easily, then it's just a big haven for counterattack damage, especially on its head. I mean, I think ideally you would be able to land an Earthshaker at around where he lands before he picks his head up, and that way you can get in like an extra 200 damage per Earthshaker that you do. But, there isn't too much about this quest. Just keep playing the recitals, because honestly the recitals are going to be your big friend just because of the flat damage. And unfortunately right there, no dunk, but I at least get the KO, so all is forgiven by Lagombi. Now right here I'm not going to do Inferno Melody because I really want to save that for Khezu. Now, unfortunately for me, I was just kind of spamming buttons, so I wasted maybe a good 6 seconds right there, instead of just transitioning straight to the fight. But it kind of doesn't matter because Khezu is already transitioning to Area 10, which honestly, that's pretty fine to me, because it means I don't have to waste any time trying to get Khezu off the ceiling. And sometimes whenever you do end up getting that a little inconsistently, it gets quite annoying. And I'll wait a little bit to take the wire bug just so I can try and maximize every single second I have of it. Replay my song, and here I try to go for a slide beat, but unfortunately I miscalculated where my iframes are at because I had wanted to try and get the Infernal Melody in. And thankfully right there, I got pretty damn accurate with the what's it called? With the Earthshaker. Sorry, it's about like 2 o'clock in the morning for me at the time of this recording, so I'm not exactly full there. Now I'll quickly go ahead, wallbang all 4 times, so that way I can just get as much damage as possible on Khezu, just because it's a pain in the ass. But not only that, but just to get the bigger opening. Thankfully, I do get a KO, and also thankfully with Khezu, Khezu's KOs does not send them flying very far, so you don't really have to worry about chasing them. Now just keep on going with the attacks. Unfortunately, I did not press the recital fast enough, so I couldn't necessarily counterattack right there. I don't know how I dodged that neck attack, and I definitely don't know how I managed to actually get his face with the Earthshakers. In fact, I honestly have to say that a big reason why I felt like I did better on this Khezu than the other Khezus, I mean, besides the fact that he has HP, is that in general, I got a lot more of the headshots with the Earthshaker, which is super fucking nice against him. Especially since if you end up whiffing and getting his neck, now you're looking at Earthshaker damage that goes from like the 300s all the way down to like the 200s. Now somehow some of the Infernal Melody hits managed to get in. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'll take it. I'm definitely not complaining if my Earthshaker managed to get through right there. Now here, I'm trying to quickly get in my notes. Unfortunately, with the wrong choosing of the XA note, I kind of get smacked right there. So while he's doing paralysis move, slide B into Infernal Melody, thankfully he staggers before he actually hops. And from right here, just about a couple more melodies, and bam, he is dead. 539. Now, I mean, obviously, it should come to note that sub 5 is possible with Horn, but it demands much, much tighter RNG than I am willing to farm for, especially out of 2 monsters. If it was out of 1 monster, that's fine, but 2 monsters, it's a little much for me to ask for, especially since I'm trying to get like every other weapon down before MHRise Break comes out. Now for this quest to be faster, for sure you want to try and fish for those dunks with Lagombi, because those dunks are huge time savers with how much you have to chase him around. And as for Khezu, I don't know, just fight cleaner. Pray he doesn't roar as much. Honestly, the best move for him to do for you is just the one where he just does a simple jab with his head. Like, honestly, that's the best one besides the little Thunder Shockwave one. And if he goes up on the ceiling, if you're fighting in an area with the ceiling, then just gotta be really accurate with your wire bugs and your actual hunting horn attack. But otherwise, I got nothing else, so see you later.